Thought I could count on you. I thought we had a deal. I gave you all I had. Put you in front of friends. It was me and you. For it was one of them. I introduced you to them. I should have seen it then. It was never about me. It's what I could do for you. What you could get about me. Who I could introduce you to. I knew the truth. Still there was nothing I would do for you. A fool for you. You break my legs. Still jump through hoops for you. I thought we had a deal. 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 It's hard to let you go when I'm still holding on. Said I should leave you, I don't need you, should be moving on. This shit is stupid hard, and I ain't ready for it. Said I should leave you, I don't need you, I ain't ready for it. They weren't there for it, no, they weren't there, were they? They weren't there when she despaired to have her prayers working. She wanted to die daily, and I was 9 maybe. I'm on the couch with mom, talking about don't cry, baby. We'll be alright, baby. Yeah, we gon' make it through. I'm scared to death inside, but I know I can't let it through. I ain't know where to turn, I didn't know what to do. You gave me hope when there was none. I owe my life to you. I thought we had a deal.
Leave me not ready to let you go. Let you go. I'm begging, don't leave me. Take anything you want, everything if you want it.
You gave my life purpose before it had any. You gave me courage when I didn't have any. We were the best of friends before I had any. I gave you all I had. You turned your back to me. You set a trap for me. I never seen it coming. You had me blind to if I didn't want to feel you numb it. You left my life a wreck, and I hate you for it. I'm still in love with you, and I hate you for it.
What's up, my people? Welcome back to St. John Live. My name is Mike St. John. I am in long-term recovery. My sobriety date's June the 1st, 2016. Only by the grace of God, I'm able to sit here. We've been gone for a couple weeks. We've been on vacation. We've been doing this. We've been doing that. But we are back tonight with a new setup, fresh background, fresh shirts. Shout out to Protea Behavior and Health Counseling, doing big things in Kentucky and all over. Let us know you're watching. Let us know where you're from. If you see the live button up top, you're watching live. If you was to come across this again, it's not going to be live, so remember that. Just how's everybody doing? Hit the heart button, man. Let's get this shared out. I had to attend a funeral today, man. A girl here in recovery, man. She passed away, and I was able to go and just represent the recovery community here in Madison County and pay my respects, man. And prayers for her and her family. Prayers for her children. She had 2 beautiful little boys, man. And, just awesome to be able to show up. But, yeah, let us know how you're doing. I'm going to give a shout out here to my page sponsor, One Stop Phone Shop out of London, Kentucky, 606-657-2750. Josh Maxey and Daryl Hudson. All your electronic needs, iPhone, Android, tablets, they do everything. They fix cracked screens. They do it all. Shout out to GetLive.com, Adam Larkin. Check out GetLive.com, www.getlive.com. Check out his YouTube channel, man. He's got some awesome recovery apparel. Jasmine's House for Recovery Home for Women. We have beds open, 859-319-4787, 859-300-1503. Listen, there is a solution to all problems. If you're out there sick and suffering, you got a family member sick and suffering, man, tag them in the comments, send us a private message. Let's get them in the, get them in the right direction to get the help. If you don't care, post your sobriety dates, clean dates, whatever program you work, it's open here. Let us know where you're watching from. Let me get mine in here. But yeah, let's hit that share button, man. Hit that heart button. Get them hearts up. We got 29 on here. I expect to see 29 hearts. If not, that's okay. I'm not going to get mad at you. But yeah, just grateful to be here, man. Our guest that we have tonight, man, me and him goes way back. And, You know, he's got a powerful story. He was a little nervous, but that's part of it. You know, speaking in front of people is not easy. I remember my first time speaking long time ago. I was in a nervous wreck, man. But now it comes to me like reading my ABCs. But, you know, if we didn't get nervous, we're not doing something right. Even I get nervous when I come on here. But you know what I'm saying? It's just normal. Well, let me get in these comments, give some shout outs here before we get started. We got Robert Martin, 42121, Hope Center. I love you, buddy. Mark Sanford, welcome. Paul Martinez, coming, Quincy, Washington. We got Rob Fields, yo, I see you. Amber Rowe, I needed this. Listen, I'm glad you tuned in. Hit that share button if you don't care. Jennifer Koss, man, I got 1 month clean today. That's awesome, dude. Keep striving. It's going to get buried. Jared Underwood from Knox Vegas, Tennessee, 52315. Robert Highfield, I see you. Michael Schrock, 31 of 19, recovering out loud. Listen, we got to recover out loud, man. We're losing too many people. Cameron Arnold, I see you. Curtis Collins, right here in Madison County. I love you, man. Lisa Marie Reed out of Indiana, always in here supporting. Jason O'Neill, Cowboy. Listen, I'm going to give a shout out to Jason O'Neill, man. I had a guy, a good buddy of mine, just got released from Madison County Detention Center, man, and he finally tapped out and surrendered. And unfortunately, I wasn't able to get him treatment. He wanted to go to detox, and the closest detox is the Hope Center or down in Corbin. And I called Cowboy, man. I said, hey, bro, it's like 8:30 in the morning on a weekend. I said, hey, man, I got a guy needs help. He's a Hope Center dude. And Cowboy came and got him and transported him to detox, man. So I love you, Cowboy. Thanks for being of service. Brandy Coughlin, welcome. Jeremy Pittman from New Albany, welcome. Kashonda Carroll, welcome. Bobby Rodell, my man from Illinois, 2/23/2008. Listen, thanks for paving the way, Bobby. Brandy Coughlin, let's see. Where's these comments going to here? Annie Marie Vaines from Lexington, Kentucky. Curtis Collins, 12/10/17. We got somebody on here from Canada watching. That is awesome. Alberto, did I say that right? Alberta, Canada. Hey, that's pretty good stuff right there. Hit that share button if you don't care. Teresa Henry. Geraldine Sharo from Wilmore, Kentucky. Gordy King Kong, my man. Gordy, he's celebrating this Wednesday at 360 on Hilton Avenue up there at the Hope Center. I'll see you Wednesday, Gordy. Yes, sir. Bryce Warwick, welcome. Protea Strong. Raylan Hunter, 2/2 of 2020. I couldn't hardly read that. I'm sorry. Welcome. Rob Fields, 5/17/19. I see you. Boy, Alexis Hembry, 10/7/2020. Gordon Turner, Somerset Sober Living, tuning in tonight. Welcome, you guys. Daniel Haig from the Hope Center, 3/27/19. Liv, I can't say that last name. I'm sorry. Liberty Miracle, 9/29/19. Erica Neal, 6/10/2010, Richmond, Kentucky. Lynn Atkins. So damn proud, Daddy. Let's see. Cooper Cottle, 5/18/2009. I'm sorry. Ashley Barker in here. Protea Strong. Lindsay Rump. Atkins. Let's see. Who else? Jeremy Pittman from Jeffersonville, Indiana, 3/29/21. Shout out to the duck sausage. I see you. Janet McClain, always in here, 5/23/18. Janet, I appreciate your support, appreciate your shares, appreciate everything you do for us, my page, my family. And that's how this works, man. You know what I'm saying? Just the message is what it's about. It's not about me or my guest. It's about the message because, listen, people are out there struggling, man. Bryce Warwick, 1/1/21. Do I see Paul Pickett in here? Huh? Paul Pickett, hashtag 217-12/8/18. Shay Coffee Cowboy, 9/1/19. I've got a Facebook user, no name, 5/27/21. Samantha Adams, 12/8/2017. Welcome, Jamie Luster, 8. Look at all these miracles, man. Like all these dates I'm reading off, dude. Like this is some powerful stuff tonight. We got 55 on here, man. Hit them hearts. Let's get them hearts up to 55. Hit that share button if you don't care, man. Let's get this message out. We're going to get into the message, man. This guy, like I told you earlier, I met him many years ago, man, and You know, he was one of them guys that I clicked with, that we got along. He listened to me. I listened to him. He helped me more than I helped him, or vice versa, however you want to look at it. But me and him separated for a while. You know, unfortunately, I was working at the Hope Center, and he had completed and went on to do some amazing things. But we was talking prior to this, man. He had a little few setbacks, and we're going to share that tonight, man, because no matter what you went through to get to where you're at today, that message, whether it's 14 slip ups, it's not about how many times you slip and fail. It's about how many times you get up. And today I get to see this dude. I mean, I follow him on Facebook, man. I watch what he does to help the community, man. And it's just amazing. And people say, St. John, why do you do what you do? Well, number one, this is why. To see this guy come on my podcast tonight and share his story and let people know that it's okay to go through what you went through and share a message of hope. Like, if you're not sharing a message of hope, what are you really doing in recovery? Like, I choose to recover out loud. Why? Because I'm tired of losing people. Anonymity is not part of me and my wife's story. Listen, if we be quiet long enough, we're going to lose more. If you speak up about it, let people know what you went through, your story, your sentence, I promise, will help somebody. Do you get nervous telling your story? Yes, I do too. But that's part of it. But anyway, I'm going to bring Aaron on here, man, and let's get this thing started. I love y'all. We got 63 on here. Let's get this thing popping. What up, boy?
What's up? What's up?
Nothing, man. I'm glad to have you on here, man. I was kind of pumping you up for a little bit, man, and, I'm super proud of you, for real.
I'm glad to be here.
Thank you for being willing, because it takes a lot of willingness to do this.
It does.
To come on podcast, and this is shared all over the world on my YouTube channel, and let your story be known that we do recover. We recover out loud, and there is a way out.
There most definitely is.
How's it going?
It's going, man. My name's Aaron. I am an alcoholic, and I am also a child of God, a God of my understanding.
Hey, my brother's on here. Shout out to Corbin Walters from Corbin, Kentucky. I see you, boy. Laura Sweeney Parrish. Listen,
yes.
Miss Laura's on here, Aaron. You hear me, huh?
It's Laura?
Yes.
I haven't seen her in a while.
Yes,
There's
sir.
a lot of them. Paul Pickett, a lot of them.
Yeah, all of them on here. Amy Fields, I see you. Go ahead.
Well, my sobriety date is 11/1/21. And I, first of all, I want to give a huge shout out to Protea. Hope Center, shout out to Hope Center. Shout out to Isaiah House. Those have been the three main here in Kentucky in the last 7 years. Let's see. I was raised in Illinois, a little town called Venice outside East St. Louis. A mother that raised three of us. Father wasn't around. And when he was, it was very, very short-lived. So growing up, it was it was rough. The city life was rough down there, St. Louis and East St. Louis, and I was in trouble in school a lot. I'm not going to talk about getting high. We all know how to get high and all that. So to kind of back it up, I was in trouble in school a lot. Before that, I've got a brother. I've got a twin brother who is he's a minute and a half younger than I am. And growing up, I knew something was wrong with me. Mm-hmm. I was real quiet. My brother was he was very intelligent. He could build things with his hands. My mom stuck us with multiple babysitters. And I say multiple because they didn't last very long with with my behaviors.
Right.
I didn't know at the time, but I was seeking a father, and I wasn't getting that attention. So the authority became a problem at a very, very, especially with women. And so I was very mean to my brother, very physically violent with him. I used the word hate a lot. I was very mean to my mother.
Yes.
My sister was 4 years older than I was, so she wasn't around a lot. She lived with our grandma. So growing up, probably from about the age of 8 to 12, my brother and I learned how to make our lunches, get up, get dressed, walk to school. And that's kind of how my life started going as far as school. Probably around the age of 10, I started playing. It was like started playing football. It was touch. And I remember one of our buddies had stolen his dad's vodka and some orange juice, and he had mixed it or something.
Yeah.
And we were walking to school, and this was 10 years old. And I remember I remember saying no a couple times, and the peer pressure set in, and so I took a drink, and I could still remember how warm that was going down. I knew then that I probably a little after the feeling kicked in that I enjoyed it, and
do you remember that feeling? Do you remember that feeling?
I do. At the age of 10, I remember that first feeling. I remember how warm it was going down. But I didn't really start until about the age of 12. My father was he was a businessman. My mother had enough of us. She shipped us off to Colorado. I lived up in Boulder, Colorado, and pot was the main thing up there. I knew my father smoked it. I never seen him, but I could smell it. I knew the smell of pot. I knew the smell of marijuana. And everybody that was around my father, that smell became very familiar. And so they were gone on vacations a lot. And again, we're stuck with babysitter. I had gotten into his drawer one night, and if we weren't looking at his porn magazines, we were taking little hits off the old Zeppelin pipe, the resin.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was 12 then. I'm like, I like this. Then I became very paranoid, and I didn't like that. But the relationship with my father up till about the age of 12 was maybe once a year. And when he had us, him trying to father me was pretty. It was impossible, because how are you going to father me when you've not fathered me all year long?
Yeah.
I had a problem with that, and so I believe it was, let's see, from 12 to, or it was from, actually it was, yeah, for like 2.5 years. My father and I got into it. He was very strict. He was a man of order, very successful with what he did. I learned a lot from the guy. Like, I learned how to balance checkbooks at the age of, well, I was 12. I had my first bank account at the age of 12. I had to rake leaves and mow yards to have allowance money. I think that's where my work ethics really kicked in, was him and my grandfather. I worked. There wasn't no sitting around on my ass. If I wanted something, I had to get out there and earn it. And about the age of, I was probably 14, we'd gotten into it one morning, and he put a towel around my neck, and he squeezed so tight, and I passed out. And I remember coming to it after I was laying on the ground, and I said, "I hate you." And he said, "Good, you can go live back with your mom." So 2 weeks later, I was back on a plane. I was back. And at this time, my mother had moved outside of Chicago, and so I was living up there with all that mess. And really, that's when it really, like, I didn't last long in sports. I was skipping school. Cocaine and crack cocaine really became big. 15, 16 years old. I had the beeper.
Yeah.
And I had a family who was from Colombia, and they went on vacation, and his grandmother let us in one night, and his father had a shitload of. So anyway, we stole a bunch of cocaine and thought it was time to deal some dope. And
yeah.
well, when his father got, we dealt, yeah. and so I had the beeper, and I had I don't know, a pair of Velcro
was the-
strap color. I don't know what they were, but
You was the plug.
I was the plug. I was, the 5 for 10 on a Friday and
Yeah.
to school, and I would show up to school just to sell dope, and that was cool. That like I had the attention then. The attention that I was seeking became
Mhm.
very. I was very successful with that attention.
Yeah.
At the age of 15 and a half, 16, I was kicked out of school. I had to go to a coordinated youth for bad kids.
Yeah.
I was kicked out of that. I was showing up. Of course, I was drinking. I was smoking weed, and I was chasing the women or chasing the girls. And I just, at that point, I think that bubble was, I was living in a bubble already. And that party life, that sleeping from couch to couch was already there.
Yeah.
My mother didn't know where I was. Like I would come home to my mother's house and my stepfather at the time, 2 or 3 in the morning, and there for a while they'd let me in. So I came home whenever my feet hit the doorstep, and after a while it was me sleeping up in the treehouse because they wouldn't let me in. So, or I was sleeping where I was at. So I ended up getting in a bunch of trouble. I jumped with the carnival. I was 17. I lied about my age. Had some guy, mom signed my name or signed my mom's name. And down to Louisiana, Alabama, Mississippi, I went, and I was an operator. I was setting up the Ground Mountain Scrambler, rock and roll, drugs, and older women became the thing. Like I had found my life. Like I was shooting pool. I was good at shooting pool, and I was good at doing dope. Like that's when I was having fun.
Yeah.
Let's see. All that ended. I came back home. I was 17, half 18, and I caught my first felony, and 2.5 years on paper. Did that. I was in Missouri at the time. I think that's when I met my boys' mother. So I've got 2 boys. They're 22 and 17, 18 now. That has not had a father in their life in 15 years. I've not seen them. They've not seen me in that amount of time. I was quick to mirror myself into relationships. Later on after research, that I was very narcissistic. I had a father who was very narcissistic. I would be who you wanted me to be, and once I got into that relationship, I'll pop this errand, and it wasn't pretty. I didn't know how to love. It was easier to use the word love than it was to show it because I didn't know. Yeah,
Oh.
my fantasy woman, like I grew up with a father who was very warm with his female friends. They were different out there in Colorado. They were like the flower tower kind of. And I remember telling my father, I was a lot older, and I said, if you ever pulled that shit down here, they'd whip your ass. And that was our relationship. Like we didn't get along, and so because I grew up with all his pornography, and later on in life there was the VHS.
Mm-hmm.
Like the way I perceived women was that all women did this, or they acted good, but then they did this behind closed doors.
Yep.
So I didn't know. I just I used women. I used my children. So to kind of fast forward, I kind of fall back. I had babysitters who molested my brother and I both. I thought that was kind of cool, but later on in life, I was able to see how that played a part of me with other relationships. An older sister and I, that some stuff happened, so that affected my other relationships. So anyway, I'd say I just zapped right into it. My first recovery program, I was 18 years old. It was a 30-day lock facility in St. Louis. I met a Hawaiian girl. We did our thing. We got caught. I was thrown out. So along that, from that point to now, to Protea, I've been in 18 different programs. And I don't consider Protea a program, but we'll get to that later. I've completed 11 of them. I have been kicked out of a few of them. I have gotten high in a few of them. I started really working the steps. When I got to the Hope Center, I remember meeting you, St. John, and Donut Dave, do a couple jobs, and I was running the streets, and I was told about this detox place where you could go fatten up, eat all the donuts, and I'm like, man, that's where I want to go.
Yeah.
So I think that's where I first met you, and that's when I think you start. You tried to get that foot up my ass then, but it wasn't fitting quite yet. And then I finally, like, I kept coming back, and you were like, yeah, you're just here to fatten up. You're not ready, and blah, blah, blah. And then finally I was ready. And I remember Dave Brown, really, his spirituality, the way that he processed things, and really helped me to take everything. He said, Aaron, take everything you think you know. You think, because if I got to say I think, that means I don't know. It's if I believe, that means there's concrete evidence. So
yeah,
like everything that I think that I know, place that shit to the side.
Yep.
And that's what I had to do. And I took it all, and I placed all my beliefs, and I placed them to the side. And that's when I started really doing some step work. Though it wasn't honest step work, but it was step work. And I forever, for this day, that man is really, like, I remember him saying, everywhere you go, you're going to see my face. And it does. Everywhere I go, I see him when I'm doing certain things.
Yeah.
Or I'm about to. I see his face. Like he plants seeds everywhere he goes. Everywhere I go, and he was right. I've had a few sponsors. I had a relationship up to about 10 months ago. I was in for about 5 years, on and off. And we were both, trying to find our way. And I ended up having to walk away from that. I remember calling Gordy up. And I found out he was down here. I thought he was still up there in Lexington. And I kept hearing about this place, Protea. And I just, like, I'm tired of being this punching bag. Like, it's, at that point, I was already humble. I had taken a real good look at myself. I had recognized my behavior patterns. I've owned my shit. It was just time for me to move on. So I called Gordy, and I'm like, yeah, whatever. I'm willing to do whatever. At this point, like, I'm ready to go. I was in a duplex. I was with Serenity Keepers at the time. And so I remember talking to Terry, and we had that snow, there a bunch of snow on the ground. So I waited. I was asleep. I was over at Donut Dave's house.
I remember that.
He put me up. And, I was cleaned in. I stayed cleaned in. And I remember getting down here, and God, it was like, this is a program. Like, I wasn't used to this type of structure.
Right.
Like, not only was it beautiful, like, I'm out in a real retreat, a huge log, just the style, a pond, bunch of acres of woods, and And I was already like, that was already a part of my spirituality was nature. So just to end up there was like, okay, another dot was being connected. I knew I was being directed. I just had to listen to my intuition and not follow this. And things were slowly starting to line up. And when I got down here, the first 3 months, I did nothing but research. I remember every time Gordy come to the house, I was on that computer writing. And it was about like I was in the psychology of personalities, and like I've got books that are just pages of bipolar and narcissism, like all kinds of sociopaths and psychopaths, and like I really wanted to do research on my behaviors all the way back as far as I could remember. I needed to know. And about 3 months into living out there at the retreat, something happened. There was a shift. A shift took place. And that point is when everything just let go. Like I had awakened from this sleep. And I was already back in the meditation. I meditate daily. I'm huge on my meditation. And my breathing, and something happened. A shift took place, and at that point, it was total surrender. It's like I stopped caring what people thought of me to an extent, and it was time for me to do something for me. That selfishness, that good selfishness, that I can't rely on that outside. Like, am I doing it for me? Are we going to get back together? If I was done. Like, I'm going to sit still. I'm going to remain. I'm going to take suggestions. I'm going to find a sponsor, take suggestions. I'm going to work the steps over again. And so I did. I found me a hell of a sponsor. Started working the steps again. And God, like my life is like I'm not the same person no more. Like I'm like the things I say and the things I do 3 years ago, you would have never heard come out my mouth.
Right.
Like I still have friends say, man, you even like that's not you. You're not the same guy. And I've lost a lot of people because I stopped doing what they wanted me to do.
Yep.
My standards, I've raised my standards. And today I'm just not about lowering them to wrestle with your sickness. I'm not perfect with my recovery. I'm making some financial amends right now, along with others. When they come, they'll come. But I'm taking care of them. I'm facing them. I like to use that fear as like a counselor instead of, what's it trying to teach me? I was ready to hire an attorney to take care of this. And somebody had told me, you need to learn this. You need to go through this so we can teach you. And that shit really made sense. I'm like, damn, but I want to take care of it now, and the thing about, I'll back up. The thing about Protea to me is that it's besides it being a business, you got to make money. That's understandable. But it's the love, it's the compassion, it's the investing their time into making sure we have what we have. This isn't a normal program. I even hate calling it a program because for real, it's not a program. It's love. I show up, I suit up, I show up. That gratitude's an action word, and I'm big on that. Like, I make my bed, I do my dishes, I pitch in, I clean the house. I just don't sit there and talk about how good Protea is, and then I'm not backing it up with my actions. Like, I put my work in, and that's where I'm at today. Like, I don't try to get comfortable. I know what happens when Aaron gets comfortable.
What happens, Aaron, when Aaron gets comfortable?
I will bullshit myself into thinking that I'm okay. Yeah. I don't need meetings anymore. I can just stop doing what I'm doing. Hell, I've laid in bed for the last 3 nights watching TikTok. I think I can handle another 3. I'm staying clean and sober. I had a long day at work. I do what Aaron does today, and I will continue doing what Aaron does. And if that pisses people off, that is something they need to take a look at. That's got nothing to do with me. I will not lower. Who I am today is not negotiable. And I stand stern with that. Like, I protect my sobriety. I protect my energy. I'm careful with who I'm around, what I'm listening to. That's that shift. Like, I don't dibble dabble with it no more. I strictly, I'm here for me. Like, if we get along and we talk, that's great. We'll go to recovery rallies and we get along. At the end of the day, I'm left with me, and I'm happy with that today. I'm taking care of some things today. I'm not a people pleaser where I'm taking care of what you need done, and at the end of the day, I'm upset and angry because I didn't do what I needed to be done, what needed to be done for me.
Yep.
So, my spirituality it's evolving every day. I'm so connected with a higher self, a higher part of me, that I listen to my intuition more today. Things just line up. And it's taken me getting out of the way. It's taken me to saying, okay, John, Mike, how do I do this? And taking suggestions on how to learn to live. Like, I hate asking for help because I want you guys to think that I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, we all are.
Yeah. I was like that undercover crackhead. Like, I Friday, Saturday nights, I was showing up in dope houses with Jordans on and cream crisp, but with crazy. And like, I wanted everybody to think that I was just crazy, a delusional world. I have some good people in my life today. I've had good people in my life, and more is added on. And the support I have today is just, and all I got to do is talk to them.
Yeah.
I connect. I have a daughter who is 13 years old. She is seeking that father figure. It's scary. She probably will be coming to live with me before January. I'm excited. Hopefully by then I'll have this Illinois case and that taken care of. We'll both teach each other. So I believe she needs to be down here around the tables, the rallies, around other children that are, their parents are doing the same thing. Because her mother and them aren't. They're not like us. So it's important. Yes, I'm doing this for me, but I believe I'm also doing it to break a generational curse. And that's just my belief. Again, this is just me. And it's okay today to have my beliefs. And, I don't have to take a little bit of what you say and she says and put a little mental twist to it. And like, what I believe today is what I believe. And it putting a little action behind that is keeping me clean and sober today. I love who I am today. Like, I have loved myself back to life. I go to bed by myself. I wake up by myself. There's not that attachment that I thought I had to have. So now when that time comes, I don't know how to love, because I love who I am today. And I'm in no hurry. Then I love recovery. I've been doing this a long time, and it's, I don't need to be, I need to be right where I'm at, or I would be somewhere else.
Yeah.
And where I'm at has just been, it's every day. Something is going on every day. Another dot is being connected every day. I run into people every day, and it's like that I would not catch if I wasn't clean and sober and surrender to it. Like, I get up in the morning and I surrender. You win. You win just for today. Like,
Yep.
I don't have to get high today. My stress level is like, I'm humbled today. I have good days. I really have good days. I love my job. I can't beat the people I work with. Like, we're real. We're real people. There's nothing fake about it. I don't have to be fake. I don't have to be dishonest today. Yeah, there's a few things that I need to, I'm still without a license, and I shouldn't. It's coming. Like, I'm not perfect. Yeah, there's some things I know I shouldn't be doing, but I've got a hell of a support team. I've got some really good people in my life today. Why would I want to just up and leave this? So when it's time, it'll be time. But for now, I'm here. I've got shelter, got food, got a job, got money. I've got a bank account. I'm paying fines off. Yeah.
That's what it's
Thank God
about,
for
man.
thank God for the steps of AA. I just had to come to the point, man, where that sick and tired. I get it today. It's not just the dope. Like, it's this. This was what was killing me.
Yep.
And this is what I needed help with. Like, the drugs. It's the sum of all my actions brought me here. So, like, this is the painting is beautiful today. It's not all, it's good stuff.
And that's what I like, because I remember you, back to what you said prior to meeting me, man. In and out, in and out. I just put it out here, in and out, in and out, in and out, because that was your behavior. You would come and you'd get fat, and then you'd go out. Come, get fat, go out. But something clicked, man. And I remember you coming back around, staying with Donut Dave. And, I always had hope in you, but I knew that once you finally surrendered and become okay with yourself, like,
that's just it.
and I can relate, because, I grew up in the dope world. I grew up, the reputation, the power. And when you come from something when you come from nothing, and then you find something that makes you have everything,
Yeah.
Here we come, because I had a stepdad, grew up in the dope house, whoop-de-whoop-de-whoop. But once I had something in my hand, I was accepted with everybody. Women.
Yeah. It was
people.
power. Yeah.
Yes. Like me growing up on welfare and food stamps, I started getting accepted by these people that had $1 million homes, Baja boats, drove BMWs, Cadillac Escalades. And, but today, looking back, doing the research, it was never about me or my presence.
Mm-hmm.
It was about what I could bring to the table to benefit them.
Yeah.
And today I understand that. Like, I know what me and my family brings to the table. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah. It's genuine.
And I understand that, what I got to offer, I don't have power over nobody. Like, my life's not about having power over nobody.
No.
My life today is about being a family man, being a face of recovery, being outreach for Protea, helping people like us that was scared to say, "Hey, bro, I need help," or, "Hey, man, I seen your before pictures, and I see your after pictures with you and your family on the beach. Hey, bro, how did you get to where you're at?" Like, I get a lot of people that ask me, "Mike, we knew you before. How did you get to where you're at?" Well, number one, I needed people to believe in me like people believe in me today.
That's it right there.
Number two,
Yeah.
I had to accept some kind of power, which I choose to call God, because I know why I'm here and why I'm in position to do what I'm doing. But also, I needed somebody to guide me the way. Like, drugs and alcohol never was my problem. It was always what I had on my arm, what I was wearing, what I was driving, if I had $2,000 in my pocket, or if I had my new Jordans on. But now, don't get me wrong, all that stuff makes me feel good. But when you take that stuff off of you,
Yeah.
if they strip us bare down to our underwear right now, place us in a room, turn all the lights on, are you okay with yourself?
Exactly. Exactly.
And listen, that is a hard question to answer if you want to get honest, because number one, I love my family. Number two, I love my vehicle. Number three, I love my shoes. I love my clothes. I love the bank account. I love my credit score. I love my new iPhone. I love doing what I'm doing. But in reality, if all this was gone tomorrow and I was stuck with me, how am I okay with me? And today I'm okay with me.
Right. Like I
I
remember I was 26 years old, and my brother-in-law, he was a journeyman drywall finisher and out of St. Louis local. And I had already been doing some work, and I was good at finishing drywall. But I needed my GED to get in the union. So I got my GED. And so now I'm in the union, and I become a journeyman within like the first 8 months. Real quick, I was wearing Sherwin-Williams painter pants with the logo on the back.
Yeah.
I was smoking Marlboros. I was drinking Budweiser, snorting Coke and popping pills. That's just what we do, right? That's what I thought living life was: work hard, play hard. I didn't know any other life growing up, but abusing and using women and drugs and working hard. And it, like you said, it was when you strip all that away, who am I?
Yep.
And that's why I kept running back, because I didn't know who this person was.
Yep. Exactly.
Shit was like, no. And it took it, like you said, in and out. Finally, something snapped, and it's like, and I'm learning, and I'm always going to learn, because I want to learn. I'd love to learn more about me every day, and it's being around us and all these different personalities that definitely helps keep me in check.
And it does, and I'm going to say this, like, we could learn, like, I'll keep it on me. I learned how to blow a meth pipe.
Yeah.
I was taught how to do this and how to do that, how to hustle, how to weigh stuff out, how to, you know where I'm going with this. Okay. So if you take away all that substance, but yet we had to drive to do all that, and they say, here's a solution to where you can live a life free, comfortable, and happy, which is recovery.
Yeah.
Along with God. If we put that much drive into recovery, it's really not that hard. You know what I'm saying? It's really not that hard to stay clean and sober.
Mm-hmm.
But for me, number one, I got to wake up and thank God. Number two, I got to help somebody. Like I got to help. It's just crazy. But if I'm not helping somebody, traveling and speaking, number one, taking care of my family, taking care of my responsibilities, all that is what normal people do. But for us as abnormal people, when we help another addict or alcoholic, a homeless person, or whoever, an inmate, that's where I know my true purpose is, because I'm sharing and I'm growing. Like they say, well, why do you help us so much? Well, number one, it helps me.
Right.
Number two, when I told God I was going to get clean and sober, I made a commitment to go back and share my story with the world.
Absolutely.
And help as many people as possible.
Absolutely.
And that's why I do what I do. I don't have to do what I do. I get to.
Yeah.
And, that changes the whole scenario. I don't have to come live tonight. I'm able to while my wife's in here cooking supper, taking care of the kids, and I have you on my podcast to help somebody.
Yeah.
That's how this works.
Everybody
that has a position in life, whether it's a cop, judge, lawyer, CO, your supervisor, the superintendent, everybody's definition behind their role they play in life, you know what it's got in common? Do you know what it's got in common?
Oh, hey. Go ahead.
Everybody that has a position in life, they have to help somebody. Whether you're serving food, you're helping somebody.
Yes.
Whether
Yes.
you're arresting somebody for breaking the law, taking them to jail, you're helping somebody. Whether you're listen, it all boils down to we have to help somebody. It's that simple.
Yeah, it's like with my job working with, like, I remember the first time I walked out on the lot to sell a car. Phew, that was hard. Like I was nervous.
Mm-hmm.
But the customers teach me.
Mm-hmm.
It's crazy. Having this job and breaking that ice of not having something to help me, like the alcohol, or to ease that. It's a challenge, and it's where I'm at and what I'm doing. It's all for a better purpose. It's
Mm-hmm.
crazy.
So
I
let's
just
get
have-
into
Yeah.
what do you do at Protea? You
What's
help
up?
people. You help people, right?
Yeah, like
What do you help people do, Aaron?
well, besides selling cars, it's my actions. Like I have people all the time telling me, like, how are you? You're so humble. And what you say, and you're always doing something. You're always but man, really, like I'll talk to clients, but if you're asking me like what I'm doing as a job, I'm selling cars.
But you're
Um,
helping people get a car.
But I'm helping those who have bad credit or no credit, like me. Those who are transitioning back into life.
Yeah.
Those who are out there still struggling. It's a mix.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't really, like, my perceptions had to change. You know, when my perceptions of how I viewed you in life changed, everything changed.
Mm-hmm.
I don't judge you or your story. I can start to judge. You know, if them expectations, like if I put an expectation on somebody, then that judgment's there, and it's like it's not your fault, it's my fault because I put the expectation. But man, I get up, I'm excited every day I wake up. I'm excited for just for that day. What can I bring? What can I add to the circle of life? And what is it going to teach me? Who am I going to learn it from? And who am I going to help? So, like you said, everybody's in a different position. Some are fast, some are slow. And that judgment's gone from that, because I understand that today. Like if we was all doing the same thing, there wouldn't be life.
Right.
How would we learn? So I always learn something from everyone. Even when they don't say something, I'm learning from them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
If I can relate, I'm even learning more.
Yep.
If I can't, then I'm listening. It always adds up.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I'm happier now today than I've ever been in my entire life. And I'm happy. I'm happy.
Mm-hmm.
And
It shows, man. It shows.
Yeah.
Like you know, just you ain't gotta say it, because it shows, man. Like
Yeah.
I know you're happy right where you're at, and I watch what you do, and you know, a lot of people's proud of you, and you know, you're the example that once we surrender, change is possible.
It is. It is. And like you said, it's not hard. There just has to be that willingness to step forward.
Mm-hmm.
But there's been a lot of practice there. You know?
I know.
And I tell the newcomers a lot, sit still.
Yes.
Just sit still. Stick and stay one more day. I remember hearing that. I used to hate hearing that, but it was so true.
Yeah.
Like just today. Like I'm living in the moment more. Because that's all we got right here, right now, is what matters most.
Yep. Yep.
Getting this message out. Like I'm learning from this right here. You know, it's crazy. It really is.
Well, listen, we got a few more minutes, man. We're gonna wrap this up. I appreciate everybody joining, man. Everybody that shared this out, all the heart buttons, man. Aaron, before we close out, before I exit you out of the screen, give us a hope shot. Just from Aaron, what's the hope shot for the day?
Man, hope shot is believe in yourself.
Boom. Boom. Say it again.
There is a way out. Believe in yourself.
There you go.
Believe in yourself, because nobody's going to do it for you but yourself. And now there will be help. Now I said a shout out was, damn, I got some shout outs. Just believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. There is a way out. There is a way out.
Amen. Amen.
Don't
Amen.
leave before the miracle happens, and it will continue to happen. Those promises do come true.
Amen. Yes, sir. Well, listen.
Just not on our time.
I love you, bro. I love you. We're going to exit out. Thank you, man.
Protea strong.
Yes, sir. Aaron, man, powerful story, man. I've watched this guy grow. I met him in Detox many years ago. 18 programs. He said it on here. 18 programs, and he wasn't ready. Today, he's ready. He's plugged in. Like the dude you saw is the most humble guy. Always helping somebody. And he can get you a car. If you're on here, bad credit, no credit, bankruptcy, whatever. Protea Auto Mart, Somerset, Kentucky. I forgot what light it was. Light number 1, maybe? Yeah, light number 1. Check them out. Hit Aaron up on Facebook. He's on Facebook Messenger. They're in the business to help people. Protea Behavior and Health Counseling, doing amazing things. Recovery homes everywhere. And I like how Aaron said, like, the program that we went through was hard knocks, tell you like it is. Either you do it or get out. Here's your black bags. Protea is not about that. Like, I had to learn this myself. Love and compassion for others. Nobody's perfect. If you fail, let's find out what made you fail. What's really going on? We can't push you out. If you relapse, we're going to still believe in you. Who are we to judge? Who are we to judge how you recover? As long as you're doing the right thing, getting your kids back, getting your family back, getting back on your feet, getting the job, getting the credit score, as normal people do, that's what we do. Listen, if you're out there struggling, we have men's beds available, women's beds available, mommy and me beds available. Regular sober living beds available. Call me, 859-300-1503, and let's get the help that you need. Protea strong. We're going to exit out of here. I love y'all. I'm going to get some shout-outs. Rob Fields, I see you. Ricky Lyles, Terry Rust, Jared Underwood, Chris Mathis. Listen, I thank you all joining, man. My wife's in here under a Facebook user. Nelson Lynn, I see you. Dave Russian Donut, Dave, we love you. Brittany Clemens, we love you. Irvin Southwood. Let's see who else we got in here. Anyway, listen, we love you all. We will see. I'm not going to say we'll see you next Monday because I got so much going on. I will try to be back next Monday. Hopefully I will. Recovery is possible. Stop beating yourself up. Believe in yourself. And ask for help. Help's available. I love y'all. I'm out of here.
You ain't got cold chill, something's wrong with you. Gotta know it. You in the wrong building. Nowhere to turn.
I could really use a friend right now.
Yeah, I just need a friend.
I'm staring at my window pane. I'm staring at my window pane. I could use a friend. I could use a friend. I just need a friend right now. Right now. I'm staring at my window pane.
I'm counting raindrops. Like, where's God at? When will the pain stop? Like, when will this be over? How come I can't stop? I swear to God, I can't stop. I ain't believing God, still I would pray to him.